on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. SOS. 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 I got you, yeah. SOS. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest. Need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks. We get to it. We get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they know dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you, SOS. SOS, SOS. See you, SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you, SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Went to starter from a mascot. Went to rollies from a G-Shock. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fee's not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you, SOS. SOS, SOS. See you, SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you, SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Friday to everyone. Today is CPI day apparently. So I think CPI will still go ahead. Not put it as tentative. We have a time and date today. So today is a very heavy day, guys. Today is a killer day. We have almost everything. We have French PMIs, we have Euro PMIs, we have GBP PMIs, we have CPI on USD, we have some speeches from Europe, we have USD CPI as well. We have all of this. Thank you very much for drawing on my screen. Now you're going to be banned. No, I'm joking. But yeah, heavy day. We need to be very aware of what the calendar is doing today, because you don't want to be in a trade and then get absolutely ramaged here. So looks like around London Open we are getting the news. Most of the news coming around London Open, 10 minutes, 15 minutes around London Open. I did not know you can do that. Yes, so now you're banned because of it. No, I'm only joking. So yeah, it's after London Open. So anything before London Open is going to be fine. So we'll see what ends up happening. But we're not affected by any of this news for London on gold. That's only going to be affected for the CPI coming at 30 minutes after New York Open here. Otherwise, all clean. So looking at the analysis here, previous daily on gold here, closing bullish at support here from our zone down here. And yeah, very interesting close we have here. What are you doing trading at 9:52, man? It's not even Frankfurt Open to trade DAX. All random you're doing now. So we can see here, nice daily support candle. Haven't even done the analysis, bro. Nice even daily support candle formed here. We're not breaking highs or anything. I feel like we're kind of gonna wait for CPI. I'm hesitant to see us leave this range until at least CPI. 4-hour candle closing bearish. We're exactly where we were yesterday. So we haven't done anything in terms of movement. This is where we were yesterday, right here for London session. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Where was it? Right here, right? No, this one. Yeah, that's where we were here. London session. We had this move up, remember? And then we retraced it. And now we're a little bit here. So yeah, that's basically what we're looking for, is to see similar price action to yesterday, because we're exactly in the same spot, same bias. So what we'd be looking for is the same type of price action. Now, we're not in a breakout zone at the moment. This previous 4-hour support can be problems here. So we want to be careful about that. Now, sells is tough until we get below, I would say, this support here. But I don't even like the continuation sells. They just seem a little bit too risky for me selling the lows right here. So we're limited on range here. Upside range, we have something above 16 here, potentially to trade back to 20s. Would make sense on a 1 hour. 30 minute would look good with liquidity grab here. So we need to play a little bit tight in the range. I think 5 looks bad. Yeah, 5 looks bad above there, but you have to sacrifice something. So we'll see how it closes above here. That would be the plan for now. Close above here, trade back to 20, and then see if we get back to this high and then back to there. You know, if we look at here, it tried it this morning but failed, but it was valid. It's the same idea. You're just giving it a second shot after an extra liquidity grab. Something like that to continue bullish. If it tests here and rejects, then, you know, you're not going to be in. So that's the plan here for gold I have right now. We'll see about the sells. Not too confident about them just yet to sell below here. Yesterday wasn't happy selling below here. So let's see what happens on gold. But that's the plan so far, playing within the range like that. And that's the only thing I can do. I want to be a bit careful. If CPI is today, gold is going to wait for CPI. So looking at DAX here, daily time frame. Good bullish close as well. Trying to make its way back to that daily resistance. 4-hour time frame on the other hand, stuck at 4 hours. Previous 4-hour support. We can see candles getting rejection wick from that zone, so it's not giving us the best sign of pure continuation. We see a little bit of pushback, and we're not seeing, you know, especially at us being here. This is the zone that if it's going to reject, it's going to reject around the 4-hour. So what we need is we need some sort of structure above that 4 hour. 1 hour tried to get above it, but now we are closing back below it. So it's very important in 4 minutes for this 1 hour to close above to give the continuation. See what 30 minutes is saying. Yeah, same thing on 30, needs to close above. 15 minute has nice structure. So two things we can do now is this structure is being made. Either we can look to buy above this structure if it creates a resistance. That would be nice. Or if we close here and we get a bullish candle, we could try buy back towards the highs. Maybe even try to play that on a 5 minute. Let's just see how price forms and then take it from there. So actually DAX ranges are nice today. On the other hand, if we do reject around this 4 hour, we could have a counter buy or sell and we could actually leave this zone and start to move down. I've seen that happen before, so that's the only time I would consider. Maybe we'll see how it develops over time, but you know, we definitely could reject a little bit lower, even if it's just a retest here for buys, but it's enough for trades. It's enough. I mean, on 5 minutes, it's not as clean, but I want to be more on the buyer side, to be honest. For now, it looks way more bullish postured. I just want to keep an eye on spreads and see what spreads are doing. Let's have a look. What is this? This is DAX? Yeah, this is DAX. So let's just watch this for a little bit here and just see how it does, and we'll have a look at gold as well. So those are the plans. Those are the plans. Pretty simple plans here. And let's see what we have in store for price and take it from there. So hopefully you guys, everything is clear, everything is sound, and yeah, let's see what ends up happening. 1 hour time frame on gold looking like it wants to close bearish below the range. This will be the first 1 hour close to close below this range all day. Actually opens the doors to potential sells if it is to close below this 15 support, you know. But do I want to be taking a breakout setup? Not really. Let's see what range we're working with. Stop loss here 90 pips, 50 pip range. Yeah, it's not worth it anyways. What type of close are we going to get on the 30? It will be a bearish candle close. 1 hour would be a long rejection wick. So I think I'm more leaning towards a close above the highs, so we avoid all of this drama inside of here. How are your DAX spread looking? They're looking good so far. They're looking good so far. Not seeing any spikes, but I'm just monitoring it because it sometimes looks good and then 2-3 minutes later, game over. Do you ever work with fixed range volume profile on a tool on TradingView? No, it's more of a tool that can help you if you just want to see where's your fixed range volume profile and use those of areas of interest. But I think it's more powerful on a 1 hour time frame and above. You know, you can play with that, but support it. The funny thing is, if you ever mark them up, watch how much it matches your 4 hour support, your 15 support. Watch how it matches those. It's always around your zones. Alright, so we are getting a close below here on gold here. But again, my stop loss is not going to make sense. $100 pips stop loss we're looking like here. And target, max target is 90 pips. So I want to see something, some sort of structure here on 5. Thunderstorm at least. This is a very dangerous selling zone. Every time we've closed a lower low in this zone, it's made it down and then reject immediately. 1 hour is important to close above here on DAX. I want to see if 1 hour closes above. Spreads are looking okay. Famous last words. Look at my famous last words. What the fuck, man? Maybe just because it's the open. Alright, so we did close above here. What a gap down, huh? Look at that gap. So let's see if it settles. I'm just going to keep an eye on these spreads because we have some nice ranges here to be able to trade. 5 minutes close bullish here. If we can close above here, looks good for continuation. Gold opened here, 1 hour candle closed below. But again, as I said, stop loss in my opinion, not worth it. You know, unless we absolutely dump all the way down here. But I need to see some sort of structure. Some sort of structure. Look at 1 minute, looks very sketchy in my opinion. And this is a big fake out zone, you know. Big fake out zone. So let's see what happens. spreads are looking okay. What type of psychological problems? Bro, you don't have psychological problems. You have to stop. Oh, man. Fuck these spreads. I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. Like I said, I'm giving them till next week. That's it. You don't have psychological problems. You just have, it's not like you're psychologically ill. It's not what, but you know, for me, stuff that was tough was hesitation. Big one for me, I think, more than FOMO. I didn't have much FOMO, but hesitation was big. That was a big one for me. Right, guess I'm not trading DAX for now because of my spreads. It's annoying. But DAX would be valid if something closed above. So someone keep an eye because I'd like to watch it. Gold looks very simple here, but stop loss placement is rough. Because we're not going to get paid for this, you know. Like, I can't even put an aggressive stop 50 pips or something. Because I don't have any 5 structure to put it above here. 1 minute doesn't even have, or just made it now. But I need something better. If we can get a nice top wick here that will create the 1 minute structure, I can put my stop loss above the top wick that is created. And rely on price not to re-break it. That's the only way I can get in here and make sure to get paid. Would you change broker? So I messaged them and they said that because of daylight saving time change. Wow. They said because wow. This is crazy gold. Interesting, man. Too fast for you? No chance that's too fast for you, man. You're Lightning McQueen. Can't be too fast. Come on. This is exactly what you like. Uli, yeah, so as I was saying, I would want to change broker, but they said it's because of daylight saving time. Remember, Sunday, whole London session changes. Right? Whole London session changes. Daylight saving time shift means that London is going to be later. So everything's going to change. So this would have worked out here even without the 1 minute structure. Would have got a 1-to-1 here, 100 for, actually no, 70. But still, I mean, you're totally in a good position here. You're not 1-to-1 yet. So let's see. But I mean, after this type of push here, this is only a 1 minute candle. Look at the size of this candle. Yeah, impossible. If you enter this, John, I would ask you for who is your liquidity provider, because look at the gap on this. I need to be part of that, because that is insane execution if you manage to execute on that. When backtesting a Pip Labs, we have to look at DST from calendar and test accordingly. Yep. Or you can just notice what time the opens are, right? It's not too hard. But yeah, like I said, I expect this to give the 1-to-1 here, because it's heavy volume that's just come through here. This is not a setup 3 in my opinion, any day, man. You should know this, Addy. Why is this not a setup 3 here? Definitely not a setup 3, this. You know, long rejection wick to upside here. So definitely not a setup 3 for me, 100%. Harry, did you ever withdraw above 10k on IC? I want to try IC bigger. Of course, I've withdrawn above. Withdraw 25k. That was my biggest withdrawal. So I did 25k at once. I normally withdraw between 7k because that's like a little bit easy. Bit of fees with 25k withdrawal. I lost around $280 when it reached my bank account. Not that bad. It's not that bad. I know. So withdrawing is not that bad. The deposit is. So I remember when I deposited the money, I think there was like $1,000 difference or something between what it, because you select how much, right? So you say, okay, I want to take 20, maybe you want to take 50k from your bank account, but that 50k should equate maybe to like almost 200,000 dirhams, but there was like $1,000 extra that it took from my account. So that's the only issue I found. But yeah, otherwise always wire transfer. Don't do so. When I first started, you cannot withdraw the amount you deposit by card. You need to do wire transfer. So when I first started, I tried to withdraw profits worth the amount that I deposited, and then it wouldn't allow me because there's a rule that you can't do that by card. So then I had to switch to wire transfer. Excellent volume during Frankfurt. London dies off. Yeah. I wish there was something. I mean, look at this. This is easy 1-to-1, man. Maybe I just screw the no 1 minute structure and just trust it and accept if it pulls back, it pulls back. So, but this is good. I've been seeing a lot of breakouts. You know what's really funny? Remember I said I'm gonna watch and see if 3 to 5 break. Who remembers me saying that? I'm gonna watch and see if 3 to 5 breakouts are gonna work. Every single one has. Every single one has. Oh, it's too good, man. Every single one has. But before that, it wasn't. It's funny. That's the timing. But you know, you don't lose anything. You just gain knowledge, you know, so it's fine. It doesn't, I mean, it's worse for me to lose. The only thing that I have a bit of anxiousness about is that I think DAX can set up pretty nicely today, but I might not be able to enter because of spreads. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit annoyed. If this closes bearish, next one closes above is a classic setup. Wow, with the 15 close as well. Let's just watch spreads again here. See if we're okay. If we're lucky. Unless I just gamble with the spreads and say, look, fuck it, man. Too desperate. Harry, since we are anticipating the CPI, this is why gold is dumping in form of pricing in CPI. It might be, yeah, look at the spreads, man. Look at the spreads. It might be it pricing it in, but it's hard to say at the moment because look, for CPI, we can discuss a little bit about CPI. So for CPI, they're expecting numbers to come out a little bit hotter here, right? They're expecting 3.1 over 2.9. If inflation comes back higher, that's going to reduce the rate cut hopes. If it comes back lower, you're going to see gold fly. So just based on this news that they're expecting it to come higher, we could see some natural profit taking happening on gold here, continuing the downside momentum. But that doesn't mean that this is going to just fail. This could end up retesting here. CPI pushes up if numbers come in cooler. We see a 2.9, we see a 3, it will at least give gold a spike. But if numbers come back even hotter, man, today might be a wild day and you see gold all the way back here. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing gold retest into here one more time and then see some more upside. We've had a lot of hype in gold recently. So this is good. It's healthy. It's needed. So let's see what CPI data comes up. Some are projecting 3.1 to 3.3 inflation rate. Yeah, that will send gold down. That will send gold down. Why? What the? Where have I? Where? I don't even know where I've drawn this daily support from. I just don't understand how that's ended up there. Doesn't make any sense how that's just randomly here. So yeah, that's the CPI analysis. So personally, what am I expecting? Well, it's a tough one. I'm expecting maybe 3. And then we just see gold do a spike. I think a lot of this is a big selling already. I don't think we see a big macro move. But, you know, it's been a lot of... We haven't seen much happen on the charts in terms of news because it's all been government shutdowns. So this could be like a big one. It could definitely be a big one. We could see definitely a massive move. So I'm interested to see what happens on that front. And then especially the aftermath to be able to trade that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, forgot to ask, leave a like on the stream, guys, for the analysis and everything. Let's get the likes up to at least 150. You know the drill. Hate to say it, part of the game. And yeah, let's get it. Man, look at these DAX spreads. I just wish, like, this is like one of the most frustrating. I wish I had some other platform I could just trade on for today. Something. Like Top Step. If they had DAX here, I could trade on Top Step. The only thing I can do now is open a demo account here and trade it. Paper trading. Connect. That's it. That's all I can do. Until these spreads fix itself. And just practice. Right? It's the only choice I have. I don't even know how to use this. Where's your lot size? Oh, unit here, 1. But what is one? Let's see what it's worth. Okay, yeah, so it is like this. Okay, fair enough. But why is it on limit? Stop. There you go. Buy funded account super fast, full margin at this trade, pass it. Imagine. Frankfurt has opened, yes. So yeah, if this next candle can make bottom wick, we'll have a setup 1 here. No bottom wick yet. Yeah, stop loss below the 5 you can get away with. Damn, no bottom wick, huh? Did it have one on broker? I'm interested. Oh, it's making one on broker now, but not there. So this would be valid now when it reflipped, yes. So that was valid when it reflipped. I don't know what's happening with this chart, but yeah. Bottom wick, yeah. So on broker, it's valid here, but look at my spreads. So that would be your trade if you manage to get in. Broker look different than this. So that's it. That would be the buy. So pretty nice it's moving actually if you got the reflip. What's this? ACG doesn't have bottom wick. Yeah, nothing you can do at that point. Unless you trade without bottom wicks, that's the only other option. Setup was valid here though. Could you please explain why minute 5 stops are good here? Pretty easy, man. It's just such a small difference, you know. By the time it gets back in the range, you have 4-hour support here, you have this range, you have the previous ranges here. I mean it won't make a difference. The difference, minute 5 stops here, 23 points to 26. It's like 2-point difference. You know, it's really not going to make a massive difference, but you can put, yeah, you can put it below the low here, but oh no, not running that 5-minute stop there. If there was a bearish candle first, then a bullish candle, you could do that. You could do that for sure. How would you be managing this? Well, depends. There's no 1-minute structure, so you could allow 1-minute structure. There's a nice little 1-minute structure there that you can use to manage, allow it to bounce off. If you don't want to lose anything, you just go break even, but, you know, there's no real reason just yet. I would at least allow it to tap this 15 up here. But the no bottom wick here is scary. It didn't make any, like, it made a tiny bottom wick on my broker, which was, I don't know, I wouldn't be fast enough to catch that even if I was ready. So yeah, it depends how it creates 1-minute structure from here. How to get rid of all of this? How to close is annoying me. There we go. So yeah, unfortunately no bottom wick here, but you know, to be honest, this wouldn't affect me because I have stupid spread issues. Not ideal to put it below the structure, not the wicks. No, because look at that on 5, right? Look at where I put my line. Look at this where you're putting your stop loss. Good place. It could have opened here, triggered you, retest in the range. One of these 1-minute structures here. Right? It's not bad for it to retest this 1-minute structure, stop you out, and then go. It wouldn't be a bad thing. Whereas if you had stop loss at least below here, you can retest all these zones. Retest the 4-hour, retest all this, and then still continue up. And worst comes to worst, you can use all of this as management area if you want to take it that far. Brilliant move on gold here. What a move. That's a 200 pip move. That's crazy. Gold melting? No, I think you're wrong. Gold has melted, not melting. It's a difference. I think it's already melted. It's been long since I watched your live stream. I was taking a break from trading. I lost a lot last time. Yeah, it's good to take a break, but you can control how much you lose. Why do you have to lose a lot when you control that, right? That's my question. Everyone complains about losing a lot in trading, but no one forced you to put that money in. Right? No one told you have to put $1,000 in right now. Right? No one told you to do that. So control how much you want to lose. Control. Can I take 5 set of 5s of gold if it retests a 4-hour support? No, it's a bit... Yeah, if you want to go heavy risk. You know, it is a little bit more riskier. To go with only a 5 setup 5. Oh, setup 5 buys. Of course you can, yes. I thought you meant 5 minute. How often should you take a break from trading? More often than me, that's for sure. So don't do what I do. Running full 800 streams, no break. I took 5 days off, but I was still active trading. I have not actually taken a full active, like where I don't even look at the charts. I think the last time I took it was 3 days during Christmas because the charts were closed. I should do it. It's very unhealthy. But you know, things move fast. I have a lot of things to do. I feel like I'm wasting time, but it catches up with you. Can you suggest a symbol I should focus on right now to play it safe? I think you should practice first before putting any money involved. Because it's like you come back after a break and now again you're going to deposit money. So it looks like we did create the 1 minute structure here beautifully. Pretty simple trade this actually. Big shame. I mean, it's not a big shame because I wouldn't been able to enter with my spreads, but that's also a bigger shame. Now we tap this zone. That's where if we're going to have issues, we're going to have issues here at this zone. It's a shame for people who didn't have a bottom wick. That's who it's a shame for. But it's a beautiful setup, right? Liquidity grab down here. Perfect. I have a short position open on gold from 41.13. My TP is 40.70. Should I hold? You have to analyze and see, man. You have to analyze and see where we are in market positioning because we've already tapped daily support here. Do we want to retest daily support? I mean, 70s is not that far away, right? So you have a realistic target. You're asking to get back to 70s. It's not crazy. You're pretty close. So manage and see what's happening. So that's how you can trail your position. You can trail your position to see. I mean, we've just had a massive drop right now, so that helps you. Close enough to trail on the 5? Probably, yeah. It's only like a... I mean, now imagine close enough is 100 pips. We're saying close enough is 100 pips. No, I've actually been looking at GJ. It's not been moving bad these past few days. Honestly, I've closed by now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what his plan is, right? It's good for him to follow his plan. Let's see. Oof. Haven't opened. This chart feels rusty. Can't even scroll to where current price is. That's how long I haven't opened it for. I think DAX is about to hit TP. Very close to TP. One hour, no bottom wick, but gap down. So how do we consider that? Could consider bottom wick. Morning, hey Sil. Hope you're good. Harry, my friend was just 1% away from passing funded account, but on Tuesday he tried to pass it quick and risked 2% and lost 2% again. Now he's 5% away from passing the account. Yeah, it's the age old. It's very common actually. It's very common to do that because you feel like you're so close, so you just want to get there, but you don't realize that you have to treat it as if there was no target and just keep trading, and then it passes as a result. Harry, just asking, did you get busy or you got a bit tired trying to stream both London and NY session? I'm busy. so I'd have to make the sessions extremely short. Also, I didn't see much interest in New York session, so I just prefer trading it and allowing people time, because if I'm there every single session, people are not going to be able to have time to also develop their own skills, because they're just going to be with me the whole time. And then they end up relying on me, where you need some freedom. You need to be able to view the charts with your own eyes. It's a very important skill. And I found that out through educating that that's really what most of my successful people who work with me are people who take initiative to do things themselves, because they're able to also make decisions themselves. But if I'm making the decision for you the whole time, the time you have to make a decision, then it becomes an issue. So what they use me for is they use me for feedback, like, hey, I felt that I did something wrong here, was I right? And you know, I'll find with those guys that I actually say, no, you weren't wrong here, it's just the side of probabilities. And I try to remove from their mind to make them feel like that every time they do something wrong, it's you know, every time they do something wrong, it's that they've done something wrong, when it's not. It's just probabilities, right? So yeah, it's not about that. It's also because of you see, I'm a little bit different, man. I'm someone who's live stream, like if I got paid crazy amounts for live streaming, maybe, you know, but it doesn't like New York didn't make a difference for me in terms of, and showing up like that takes a lot out of me, especially if I'm trying to do other things. My days were about 18-hour days full when I was doing that, because you have to fit everything between. Because you know, in the beginning of New York, I'm in the gym in the beginning of New York. So I feel like it's a nice time to go to the gym in the beginning of New York. Fits well for me in the day. Allows me, at least before I sleep, around 2 hours to relax, which is important long term. So yeah, it's important. I do stream NY in the group on Wednesdays as well. I am very active in NY though. I'm not chilling in NY. I'm writing fuck ton of messages. If you go see the NY session chat, I'm always active in here if there's any questions. Writing all stuff. I have this NY ideas where I post what trades I'm looking for in NY. I talk about how to manage and stuff like that, you know. So I'm very active during NY. So DAX hit TP, beautiful, man. Point to point. That's beautiful. Very easy trade to hold as well. This is my ideal scenario. I love this, you know. No 1 minute structure. You have 1 minute pause here, so you can allow it to retest. It doesn't even retest, so you don't even have to worry about that. And then, like I said, the structure is created. Now you have a management point, and then it slowly makes its way up to TP. Very classic. Very classic. A little bit more than a one-to-one, couple of points, but that's exactly what you want to see. Taps your 4 hour resistance. Done. Perfect. Snipe the market, literally. Good entry, good exit. Done. That's how you do. Call it a day. So the only way I can stream NY and London together is if I take breaks in between, because it's intensive. You understand, like, streaming is not just trading. You're answering questions, interacting. I know people who stream London and NY, but they don't speak in their stream. They just trade and they have this screen. They don't answer questions. They don't reply to chat. They just trade. They also take massive breaks. You'll not see them stream back to back. They will take maybe 4 months off, 2 months off. They will take a month off because maybe they're doing something with their own personal life. So I think it's possible if I do it like that. But the way I've set up things is that I want to, you know, help people around. So if I was to just stream, then yeah, I could do it like that. Streaming 2 sessions is easy, but you need breaks between if you're going to be an actual interacting with chat like I do, because I do enjoy speaking to people. That's the problem. Trading both sessions alone give me a lot of headache. I can understand what it would be to stream both. Look, if you do it, if you're someone who trades the opens, meaning you're trading the opens, then your trading sessions are short. But to trade a full session is long. You know, but if you're just someone who trades from NYSE Open, a US 30 and NASDAQ or something like that, and then trades from London Open on like DAX and whatever pair, what do we have? UK 100, something like that. Then it's fine because your sessions are like maybe 1 hour each. So I could do it like that, but I do a full session. Just to confirm for the S3 question, you meant it's not good to take S3? Yeah, of course, man. How can you take S3 at resistance? You're at resistance. Why would it be valid to take an S3 at resistance, but then not valid to take an S1 at resistance? Think about your questions. Don't rely on just asking questions. Think first. Try yourself, you know, and then ask if you are correct. That's the mindset you should do. Otherwise, you just sit there absorbing information and you don't do anything with it. Because you ask the same questions in different ways. And I noticed this. You're probably one of the guys with some of the most questions. But I want to see you change that to application. And then use me as confirmation of your application. Because if you're not applying, you're not practicing. You're just asking, which is not bad, but in a beginner, but you're not really that beginner stage. So say, hey, I think that if we close at resistance, a setup 3 is not valid. Or you say it is valid. Am I correct? Question mark. Yes, you are correct. Done. You answered your own question. It's going to stick in your brain like glue. No, you're not correct. You're going to be like, why am I not correct? You're going to read an answer. It's a massive difference. I understand now that streaming both sessions won't make people rely on themselves and they want to be spoon-fed. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to show. It's cool to show. But at the end of the day, I need to just stream me trading, not speaking. I just come to the charts, trade by myself. Then it will be more sustainable. But anyone who does it takes massive breaks. I mean, I could set it up like that. I'm actually thinking to switch and turn. Sometimes trade only London session and sometimes trade for a couple of months New York session. I need to put up a poll actually. That's something I've wanted to do. Just change my schedule up a bit as well. So like maybe for a couple of months, I just trade New York only. In terms of, I mean, and then I treat London how I treat New York now. Like I will go to the gym in the morning. I won't go to the gym in the evening. Wouldn't that change the YouTube algorithm? I don't care about YouTube algorithm too much. You are trading NY from between sets? Not exactly, no. So what I do in NY is I send my plans and I set alerts. So when there's alert, yeah, I'm between sets. Because that's the amazing thing with trading is it's so versatile. Like I don't have an issue trading from my phone. Some people can't, man. They just lose money. They need to be sitting at a desk with a PC. But for me, it's pretty second nature. But by the time NYSE opens, I'm back. I'm back already by then. Just got back. Sometimes I'm a little delayed. Depends if someone talks to me in the gym. If that's the case, then I actually sit outside in the gym. They have an outside seating area. And I trade from the gym just sitting there. Bring my laptop. Make a poll and see what people decide on. Well, it's not for them to decide, it's for me to decide, right? At the end of the day, I want to do it if it's something for me, like being honest. What do you think of gold S5 right now? Yeah, 15-minute S5 would be nice. I mean, brother, if you want to interact with more people on your stream, NY is best. London is clean to trade as far as I know. You're the only streamer I trust in London session. That's what's nice. I am a London session trader, so, you know. That is my session. And I would only stream NYSE. I did do it, but no one showed up to stream. So I would only do it if people want to show up to stream, you know, because I like the activity. If no people are showing up to stream and it's boring, I want new faces as well. We have the same people show up to stream every single day. It's nice to have new people, speak to new people and stuff like that. These are just ideas, you know. I have 800 streams in London session, guys. I don't know who's done 800 streams back to back, man. 800 streams. Do you consider getting more futures proper account and copy trade in them? I'm thinking either to do 150k account or to get 50ks. I don't know what's better. Does anyone know what's better? Is it better to just do 150k and then I have 200k in funding on futures, or just stack 50ks? Not sure what's better. Just do a 200k FTMO? Yeah, but we're talking about futures now. Stack 50k, it's easier to pass them. Why is it easier to pass a 50k, not 150k? You get more, you know, lot size. FTMO 200k, I will start next year. $50k is low profit compared to 150k. You can still risk a lot for 50k. That's interesting. Hit 1k on your channel. Congrats, brother. First milestone. Why is that CPI will be released despite government shutdown? I can't tell you an exact answer. If I did, I would be lying. So I'm not sure why it's okay now. Why they're not stalling CPI data. I'd have to research it. What's your analysis for targets? Well, I wanted a 15S5 to be honest, but I think 5S5 is playing out, but your 4-hour resistance would be a target, this one here, as a first level. This 5 was actually a target here, but it looked like we closed above it. CFDs or futures, which is better, which one you like? Honestly, I prefer CFDs. I get slipped more in futures, man, than I do in CFDs. And I have commission when I trade DAX and when I, not DAX, sorry, US30 and all of that stuff. But the one thing I hate about CFDs, and the one thing that's a big advantage on futures, is the charts are all the same on futures. That's a massive advantage. Massive. That's like one of the biggest problem with CFDs is every chart is different. And it gets very annoying when there's like different movements, but you don't have that issue. You don't have that issue when you're trading CFDs. I mean, not CFDs, futures, my bad. $30-minute close above my line could work here. I would love this 15 to close bearish. That would have been insane. 15 close bearish, next one close bullish above. Juicy stuff. Would be amazing. $930 PMI will affect a lot of euro pairs. Yes. The 931 is which one? The French one? No. Yeah, this one. The German one? Yeah, German is... I think German is the second biggest European economy, if I'm not mistaken. Who's the first then? I need to recheck my facts. Euro USD is cooking. You have time though. You have time. No quiz today. I'll have to think of a quiz question. We'll do a quiz at 200 likes. 200 likes for quiz. Needs to be something. I think Germany is the biggest. Yeah. I think UK was the biggest until they left the EU. Then Germany did become the biggest. I believe that the S5 is currently aggressive due to the lack of a clear bias and the market structure on higher time frame appears to be bearish. Could you explain your reasoning considering a buy on S5? We retested a 4-hour support, so if we're just going to remain in this range here, this would be the best place to look for buys. You're also wrong if we get below here pretty quick, because if we get below here, it's going to break through 4-hour support, open us into a new range. So if we're going to bounce from here, Like, this is the problem. This candle here hadn't have retested anything. Now that we've retested something, we can look to flip this daily potentially. This could be potentially a bottom wick of the daily and flip if it wanted to. We don't know yet, but you could play that idea. You'd have enough to play that idea. But you're right, we are a pretty bearish market structure we've been running, but that doesn't mean, like, even if we're bearish market structure, this type of buy here is the same type of thing I'm looking for right now. Even with bearish market structure, this is a killer trade, right? This is a killer trade even with bearish market structure. So sometimes we can take both directions, even though overall that pullback that happens, we would profit off it, but it could set up for better sells. But then if you're just waiting for sells, you might be waiting till next session till you get a sell, right? You're not going to get a sell this session. Interesting, but Germany is going down. They lose a lot, man. You're absolutely right, Thomas, because look at DAX as well. We can see it being reflected in DAX. Just the German economy, the whole Eurozone is in shutdown. The only country that is expanding is actually Madrid in Spain. They're the only country that is somewhat keeping things going. Property market is expanding there. Everything else is all going down in Europe. I took the setup 5 with the aggressive SL to B once it tapped. Which setup 5 though? You took it on what? The 5-minute one? And then you went break even at 95, stopped you break even. Shouldn't have stopped you yet break even. I mean, it's not bad to go break even at 95, but it kind of makes me feel like maybe you didn't trust the idea, because if you're getting in here, you trust the idea. So you expect it to respect this here. That's what you expect it to respect. It's not crazy to go break even. It's just that. It's that, hey, I'm going aggressive break even. I'm out, too bad. Even if it flies, you made the decision to play it as safe as possible. Harry, what if you do think about silver? Man, at least you write it properly. That was nuts, man. Did you see that on my Instagram? That was nuts. Like, even if I tried purposely, how am I supposed to make it? That's like asking this. That's like writing something like this. Hello, Harry. Need to give myself caps. Is as of course, but is silver of course good if now okay. You're just like asking this, spelling it wrong and everything, of course, and all of this shit. You know? Like, what are you thinking? That's what I want to know, what's going in your mind. I want to see a nice pullback into here, and then we leave the zone. Then we probably get big buys from here. You know? Look at spreads, man. Still bouncing around. Only aggressive trade you can take now is to rip it on the 5 here if this closes above. At least you're back above this zone here. You're just trying to continue this move. Otherwise, I want to see something like this. At least back to here. Daylight is coming next week, man. Next week. Hey, buddy, it's my first time here. Can you explain your strategy? I trade based on price action, looking to trade for prices through ranges. So I identify ranges on my screen, and then I look for entries to trade price through those ranges. To take setup 5 on the second 15 minute, would it be wrong? If so, what are we waiting for? 15, so a 15 S5 would be like something up here, right? Where we get actually the 15 minute doing the work. Right now we only have a 5 minute one, not a 15 minute one. Just go toilet, I'll be back, guys. Do you think it's going to be better or worse, neutral for comparing markets some time ago when a setup had less pips and more now? Doesn't change anything. Pips is just a measurement. It's not a dictator of setup. It's just going to ruin your psychology because you're like, 100 pips? What if that said 10? United's analysis is he thinks that gold will be making a double bottom on 4 hour, a W pattern shape, and then go up for a buy after CPI or on Monday. Fair enough. Where do you think the double bottom will form? From this 4 hour support or the deeper one? And why? So if you expect gold to go up again, you expect CPI numbers to come back better. No quiz, no 200 likes, man. I have to get something. I'm up B on gold, it just hit me. Yeah, that previous level we can see we're still respecting it, right? That's why I wanted this pullback to trust a bigger move, because yeah, this gave not a bad move here, 60 pips, but stop loss is about 90. So I didn't, and I kind of have to go break even around this area here if we don't close above. But this type of retest here is nice. I mean, it doesn't matter where it retests, but it can help us. You're in a buy trade now? No, I don't have any position on the screen. I'm waiting for what I drew. 4,000 CPI is good, and interest rate cuts plus geopolitical tensions. So you expect a 4,000, so the deeper one, yeah. Mercedes or Lexus? Overall, Mercedes, yeah, come on. Lexus nice, but yeah, I take Mercedes over Lexus. How's the Nissan Patrol project car going? Good, man. I've put that on hold. I haven't done anything to it. I just got it passed. I did a tuned it, retuned it for the season. That's about it. Keeping it at like around 700 horsepower. Not really investing too much money. Most of my money I'm focusing on with the other car. NAS 100 being good during London? Yeah. Alex in our group trades it during London. He's backtested it. It's worked well for him. Noisy cars are allowed in Dubai? Technically, no. London Open, 1 hour closing bearish here now, respecting this notch here, but below this support. 30-minute closing bullish, but below that resistance we have. 5-minute now trying to give us a retest. Hopefully we can make a bottom wick here on 15, and then we can discuss about buying above here. DAX stuck at that 4 hour. These were beautiful buys. That was the trade of the session. 2 trades already. I believe that S2 on gold is not valid due to the push coming from the 4 hour level. It would be good because it's coming from the 4 hour level, right? So it would help you. It's an extra confirmation. Fuck Euro USD, what happened? Let's have a look. Oh, you wanted to close above? Yeah, that's annoying. Last second it did that? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, it's annoying when that happens. London has smoother, cleaner price action than NY. Yeah, NY is more volatile though. So you can have a bit of fun. Since we're rejecting here, I wonder if I can sell back down here, setup number 2. I know it sounds crazy, but I just don't like all this 5-minute structure here. So I'll probably wait for 2 15-minute candles closing bearish. And then maybe we could take and then break even at the 30. Otherwise we stick to our buy plan. Because we have to not let our mind be fully focused on just the possibility of one outcome, right? But it's too early to sell right now. Look at this 5-minute structure. If you sell right now, you're going to get cooked. Unless it respects this now. But, you know. The only thing I'm contemplating in my head, is it enough to wait for a 5-minute? I'm going to remove this line. It's really annoying me. Is it enough to wait for a 5-minute close above here and then enter like that, relying on the 30-minute to continue up now that we made a bottom wick, and then try to break the high, and then use this as management? Current candle stops, because if it flips bearish, it's going to be game over. So this is one thing I'm kind of considering, something a little bit more on the aggressive side. If it respects the 5-minute again, it really opens the doors to potentially selling. If this closes like a thunderstorm as well here, we have a sort of thunderstorm. 1 minute is saying, yeah, 1 minute looks nice and clean. So yeah, it's a pivotal point here. Pivotal point. $10. I wish this was 5 minutes to close. You know how nice that would be? It would be a decision in 5 minutes would be easy. Ooh, thunderstorm candle as well. Shit. Interesting one. No top wick on 5. So if this makes a top wick and then starts to flip and break the low, I will consider a sell potentially. We're failing to break up, double rejection wick, but let me just double check on broker. I might be missing something. Yeah, no top wick on broker as well. So I would like to see that. This looks a lot different though on broker. It looks like more of a rejection than how it looks here. It looks less of a rejection. Now we're making top wicks. I just don't like that 5. If this 5 wasn't here, how easy life would be. And now if it respects it, then it keeps us safe and we take the buys. Very simple. Previous one not respecting. Yeah, you're correct. If we put it, let's see how it's respecting. Yeah, like that. So we could wait for a close below that notch or whatever. I just like this pattern. When I see this candle reject, respect the resistance, the next candle go higher, then still close bearish, and then this one pop up, you kind of have this, see this like rounding area here. You see what I mean? How we're just slowly failing. This is getting lower. This is liquidity. We're respecting a zone. We're coming from a bearish move here, following momentum of the session. We're not selling the lows. We're not buying the highs. So it also makes sense for sells in that sense. But if we do respect this zone here, then yeah, and we close above, buys could come into the play here. They could come into play. But let's see what happens. We have about 7 minutes for the 15 to close. I'm very tempted to see the 15 close. I was searching throughout the video catalog. I couldn't find the video talking about microstructure 1 minute, 5 minute. Can you tell me? Yeah, it's like 1 minute strat in the advanced concept section. It will be. Just check the advanced section. You'll see 1 minute squeeze method. You'll see the 1 minute strat talks about that. I don't really use 1 minute as much as you think I do. It is simply just something to glance at for me, or to just use to watch how the trade is playing out. Bull and bears are fighting hard. They are. But at least we're staying out of their fighting, and we're just going to make a decision based on how the candle close. I think now it's 6 minutes. It's going to be worth it to wait for the candle close. The only thing is now we have a 5 minute candle closing above it, potentially in 1 minute. Is it worth it to rip it on that early? And then expect the 5 minute to close above. So let's just see. If this closes above here, I might do half now and then half on the 15. Worst comes to worst, I lose half. If it doesn't close above, then I have to wait. Either way. If this rejects again and closes weak, damn, man, that's looking like even better for sells, man. What a pivotal point we're at. Yeah, it looks even better for sells at that point. If this closes weak again, it's like how many rejections? It's telling me, please sell me, please. What about DAX? DAX hit TP. So DAX is done for the day. Don't say sells, it scares me. I'm in a buy. What are you gonna buy off? From where? That S5, we didn't have an S5. We only had an S2 on 15. Oh, you took the aggressive option. What's in your free Discord, Harry? Just some resources that I give you guys for free. That's about it. And if you want to connect with other traders that are there, can you remove your drawing, please? I mean, it's not comparison to our paid Discord, of course, but it's there as just a community. So I just share some. I share some of my trades that I've taken. You know, some of the trades I've taken during NY. I tell you when I upload a video. I put some nice resources here for you. Like I just made an updated trading plan for you all. There's some stuff that I've just put here for resources, and also just a general community to go and chat with people who are, you know, in here for free. And there's a lot of scammers in here apparently, because it's a free community. But it's great, you know, there's a lot of good resources in here that I've offered for free. Right, 3 minutes 49 for this 15 to close. I have to wait for the 15. I have no confirmation on 5, no confirmation on 30 because 30 closed below, no break of highs, nothing yet. So I want to see this close. The exclusive is better. I mean, you can't compare it. It doesn't have anything that the exclusive has. Exclusive is complete. It's a whole different group. You have content, you have me, you have webinars, you have lives, you have feedback. Will you be trading CPI? After CPI, I'll trade. It's only 30 minutes after London Open. What's more benefits that your paid channel that I can't get on YouTube? There's a lot. The main one being is that you'll be able to get feedback from me. YouTube, you can discuss to me like this, but you're not going to get personalized feedback. I don't get to look over your trades. You don't get to ask me questions in the session when you're actually trading and it's fresh on your mind. On top of that, we have webinars. We have a whole load of recordings. So most people charge extra for a course. In the exclusive group, you just get the course as part of the group as well. And it's fully loaded, man. And I'm telling you, every concept that you can think of that I use and detail is there. Wow, we flipped here last 2 minutes. This is extremely interesting. Let me concentrate here. And then I'll show you about the exclusive group. If this 5, wow, if this 5 can close like this is how many times we've rejected. For me, sell is going to make sense here, no? How do you stay disciplined on achieving something? You have to ask yourself how bad do you want it. Why you don't trade Forex anymore? I do. I've just been focusing on gold and DAX recently. But I don't mind to trade Forex. There's no specific reason. My main pair was GJ and GJ slowed down. So I was like a big advocate of GJ. 2 50-minute candles closing bearish could be nice, right? And then plus a 5-minute candle closing below the range. And if it doesn't, then that's interesting. So yeah, we have access to all of that, man. It's massive. Next month there will be a price increase, so if you get it now, we still have 3 spots, then at least you don't have to be subject to that. Unless you want to pay more, then you know it doesn't affect me. These are all the videos you get access to. All of these videos. Some of the webinars in here are crazy. And it's just way more in detail, you know, 26 minutes, 35 minutes. YouTube is only like 17-minute videos, stuff like that. All right, so we might get the close above here, 29 seconds. I want to see a bottom wick. How big is the stop loss we're working with here? About 50 pips stop loss. Let's see if we close above though. We don't know. Last 29 seconds might not close above. All right, so that's a beautiful bottom wick though. I do trust that bottom wick. And if we base it off the 15-minute, it should be good here. Just based off that bottom wick, I don't need a close above on the 5 because that's an amazing bottom wick. You really can't ask for a better bottom wick. So for me, if it breaks the high, it's valid. Let's put a buy stop at the high. It's a good bottom wick. So undecisive on gold? Yeah, but it's a sick bottom wick. What is that 1-minute high? I like that one. Yeah, that's where my entry is, above that 1-minute high. Get out of all that mess. Why no entry at highest high? I'm going to use that. That's like if you... Oh shit, what happened? If you measure from here to here, it's like already 15 pips to highest high. So I'm going to use it as a wick fill, relying on this big bottom wick, relying on the 15 close above to reach the high. And then if it breaks the high and then starts to come back, I can already manage as well. So many equal lows. Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern, but why isn't it breaking it? That's my question. So hopefully by the time it breaks the high, if it wants to break the lows, it'll break them before. Where's your entry? It's on the screen. This 5-minute candle closes bearish, I'm gonna delete it, and if it's this deep bearish, I'm gonna delete it because it's not making sense. It's looking very weak. But if it closes strong still, then it's okay. Like at least back above the support, somewhere here where my mouse is, it's still okay to hold that. Yeah, it's closing weak. We have a bottom wick on broker, but here it doesn't. That's great, grabbing more liquidity. Look, with this type of position, as it breaks the high, we should have some heavy volume. If heavy volume doesn't come, it's game over. My stop loss is a bit wide. I don't need it that wide because spreads are pretty tight. Bring it up a little bit. Entry, I'm giving gap in case it, like, I don't know, some spread, something. I don't want to be, in this position, I really don't want to be triggered early. So that's why I give it a little bit of a gap here, at least a pip. I think I've given it more than a pip because of how big our range. Yeah, 2 pips. I don't need to give it 2 pips. A pip will be enough. Maybe like 1.5 pips. Something like that. Normally that would be only a pip. Whatever direction it takes, this should be a nice move. Waiting and waiting. Yes. I mean, waiting for break of high is keeping us safe here for now. If this 15 closes like this in 7 minutes, it's super juicy for sells. I'll sell that. So it just needs to decide, man. I'm planning to enter break of this high. What do you think? I don't know which high, man. That one? I don't think it'll make much of a difference, if I'm being honest. The amount of times we come to a bottom wick, if it goes up and breaks through any high right now, it has to drive. If it doesn't, it's game over anyways. We'll sell directly into 30. We're not close to it. You know, so we would be selling to it. You didn't answer my question. Where's your question, man? You know there's something called repaste your question. And I saw your question. I was just answering questions that people are asking about the charts right now. I saw that question. So I was going to answer that after, because people are asking about what's happening in the trade right now. I'm happy to answer your questions, but I'm also here to trade. You are too, right? So let's focus on our trade. Let's focus on our trade, and we can answer questions about, are those the same as the confirmation methods you use for entries? Yes. You haven't watched the video yet. They are, of course. Watch the video, then ask me, are they the same? Focus in. You know, now the possibility is a trade here. You need to really be focusing on trade, not thinking about those videos. You can watch those videos there. The description of the video is there, and you can watch them. So let's lock in here. Because if something funny happens and where mind is not concentrated, we won't see it. Yeah, this is just bullshit, man. This is just bullshit. I don't like this 5-minute candle close here. So I'm just going to delete and wait for it to resolve its range. So delete my buy stop here, because this is just doing nothing now. We're just stuck in a range. So until we leave this range, I don't want to be involved, because gold can be nasty and do this and then come back in the range, and then I'm triggered crying. So let it resolve itself. You know, let it resolve itself. All right, so it's resolved itself. Did you catch this, John? No, I'm actually serious, because he goes breaks, no, not close. Oh, you're looking for buys. I was not messing. Because I know he likes to play, if it breaks out the range like this or like this, he'll just take it straight. I could be wrong, of course, might dump. I just don't feel comfortable with a sell here. It's fair enough. I can see that. I'm glad we didn't get triggered before. It would have been nasty if it did some bullshit. But that's why waiting for good bottom wicks, waiting for break of highs really does help. Do you ever take flip entries? I noticed that, I mean, if you took flip entry here, you're fucked, right? That's why I don't like the flip entries. I only do wick fill entries, which is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I mean, this could be potential wick fill, but we are retesting all these 5-minute levels here. So how much do I trust it? And does it actually give the wick fill? Maybe it does close deep. Taking the flip for sells, you mean, or for buys? We put the buy stops? Yeah, don't do that for a flip on that. Doesn't make sense. Cheers, man. Take care, brother. I was hoping this would close weak here, so I could get a wick fill. Break even at the wick fill. Yeah, not much to fill a wick here. Stop loss is a bit mad. It's a good 30 close. I'm trying to think of where I put stop loss, like, well, hello. Harry, below the 4-hour support, I feel there's no clean range for sell. Yeah, that's why you want to sell here, but look, where do you put stop loss? Then you go break even now, and then you're out break even. So it's just, you know, yeah, I think I call it till CPI here. I just think we're gonna force something, right? We're at 4-hour support. Very simple though. If we break above this 15-minute here, easy buys. This could be juicy for CPI here. We might consolidate in here till CPI. DAX had a beautiful trade this morning. That was the trade of the session. Unfortunately, with my spreads, I couldn't enter. But anyways, bottom wick was very tough here. So you can't really enter with a bottom wick here. And then looking at gold here, there was some nice early sell option here. There was no structure, but this ended up playing out on a breakout. I've been watching breakouts recently, so that's what I've been doing. But overall, yeah, I appreciate you guys showing up all week. Really, it's a pleasure to have you guys here. Those who stick with me, I know sometimes it can be a little bit slower, but you guys stick here, listen to the value, and you know long term you will end up on top. So continue showing up, and we'll get to a time where we just kill it. And I hope you guys are there to see it and to be part of it and to enjoy and to celebrate and all that good stuff. For now, we keep smashing it during NY. Let's see, wait for after CPI today. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But yeah, appreciate you all. Take care, and hopefully catch you guys very soon. If you're not trading, have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your weekend, relax, and let's kill it for next week. Last week of the month next week. We're about preservation, not giving back our monthly profits. Let's end the month strong and not do anything stupid. And then we come next month, and then believe it or not, we only have one more month. And then I think this year towards December, I probably take a break. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, appreciate you all. Take care, and hopefully catch you guys very soon. Much love. Peace.